Ranil is certain to contest with a backup plan up his sleeve. Government's tactical maneuvers to pass VAT amendments. Dullas now on his own with others leaving FPC.
The leader, දේශයට මග කියන ප්‍රවෘත්ති පෙළගැස්ම.
Ranil is certain to contest with a backup plan up his sleeve. With Parliament now on vacation, MPs are now leaving for colder climes for Christmas and New Year vacations. Sittings for 2024 will commence on January 09. Lawmakers had their last session yesterday where the budget for 2024 was passed with amendments on the strength of a 41-vote majority. Former Sports Minister Roshan Ranasinghe opposed both the VAT amendments and the budget. CV Vigneswaran abstained. As State Minister Diana Gamaj, along with SJB MPs Sujit Sanjaya Pereira and Rohana Bandara, were suspended from attending parliamentary sittings for 1 month due to the disorderly events that transpired in late October, the trio were allowed only to vote. President Ranil Wickremesinghe addressed the House and said he was addressing the House with great happiness because the IMF officially approved the second tranche of a bailout loan for Sri Lanka. The IMF has admitted the country was now at a decisive juncture to come out of its branding as a failed state, he said. Wickremesinghe said he was modestly happy to have given the leadership in that journey after accepting a bankrupt country a year ago. Heroes who speak in Parliament today had no courage then to come forward, but I accepted that challenge with determination and planning, the president observed. However, opposition leader Sajith Premadasa's response was that Ranil had paved the way for the Rajapaksas, not the country, to overcome the difficult period. Further, NPP leader AKD said the country had now lost even what it had owned previously. Their strong tones were an indication how they are preparing for a year of elections. President Wickremesinghe said elections would take place in 2024, but did not say if it will be the presidential or the general elections that will come first. According to reliable sources, he does not intend to hold parliamentary polls first. He hopes to have the presidential election by September. Everyone wonders if Ranil will contest. But the Leader TV has trusted sources which say he will be a candidate. If things do not go well, there is a plan B to try to abolish the executive presidency. Karu Jayasuriya's National Movement for Social Justice is launching a big campaign in January with the aim of abolishing the executive presidency. Everything could be part of the same plan. Ranil's associates say he is going to hand over his image-building campaign to an Indian company, with the coordinator being a big advertising boss in Sri Lanka. Government's tactical maneuvers to pass VAT amendments. The biggest political game amid the budget was how the VAT amendments were passed. Various versions make the rounds, with claimants spreading things to their advantage. One of them goes as follows. Sittings took place on Sunday to debate the VAT amendments. Citing a lack of quorum, the opposition got it postponed for the next day. Soon after, Chief Government Whip Prasanna Ranatunga and Leader of the House Susil Premajayantha, along with Shehan Semasinghe, went to the Speaker's chamber for emergency talks. They also informed Premier Dinesh Gunawardena, who said the debate should take place tomorrow after a party leaders' meeting. They then telephoned the president. He rejected the idea of a leaders' meeting and said it should get passed even by suspending standing orders. After the PM's clarification, he changed his mind and decided to bring in a new proposal for VAT amendments. With a possibility of a vote, he said all government MPs should be present. On the same night, Ranatunga called all MPs and got their attendance confirmed. Government MPs met at 8:30 in the morning. Shihan explained that it should be passed to obtain the second tranche of the IMF loan. Sarath Weerasekara objected, saying they should think again since people were now under tremendous pressure. Manusha Nanayakara accused finance ministry officials of not doing their duty. Mahindananda Aluthgamagai agreed and said they should stand with the government without having other alternative, although they opposed taxing the people. Sanjeewa Edirimane interjected by stating that the Inland Revenue Department levies reduced taxes even from the MPs. At this rate, how can we face the people? He questioned. Chintaka Mayadune said that he would oppose it. How can we go to the people after voting for this? Our houses were burnt, but nothing happens to the officials who take the decisions. They should be sent to answer questions from the opposition. You have the right to oppose. Even previously you have abstained. But we will stand with the government, replied Mahindananda. The duo got into an argument when Mayadune spoke about individual agendas. Others separated the two, after which Mayadune said he referred to officials and not to Mahindananda. Then the bell rang for the MPs. Forgetting the incident, the two walked arm in arm towards the chamber. Premajayantha tabled the VAT amendments proposal, and as expected, the opposition demanded a vote. In the meantime, Prasanna made a head count of the government MPs and found it was nearly 90. He then advised officials to summon the MPs by 3:00 p.m. for a vote 1 hour later. Prasanna also tried to plan the proposal's passing without a debate. He entrusted Presidential Advisor on Parliamentary Affairs Ashu Marasinghe to get Premajayantha to agree to that. But some leaders within the government said there should be a debate. Shehan met Prasanna and said it would not work and asked him to speak to the president. No, we will meet the PM, and they went to meet Dinesh. Meanwhile, the president arrived, and the trio met him and put the matter before him. Don't let it drag on. Suspend standing orders if necessary, he instructed. The president then met Premajayantha and explained things. That delayed the cabinet meeting by 1 hour. Anyway, a vote took place around 4:00 p.m., and despite an opposition uproar, the VAT amendments got passed. Both President and PM smiled when Prasanna said, "On Sunday, the opposition wasted time. Even today, they tried to put this off, but we managed to beat them at their own game." Shihan commended Prasanna and patted his back. Dullas now on his own with others leaving FPC. With 2024 being a year of elections, alliances are going to mushroom. Some others are breaking into pieces at the same time. Making rounds is talk about the outcome of an attempt to unite Sajith's SJB and the FPC of Dullas Alahaparuma. It seems 10 out of the 14 MPs who considered Dullas as their leader have now decided to go their own way. The decision was taken at the FPC office at a meeting summoned by GL Pires. They noted that indecision by Dullas for around 18 months is delaying the formation of an extensive opposition alliance capable of impacting national politics. A continuation as the FPC is meaningless, and they should decide their future individually, they discussed. Accordingly, the FPC will be left with Dullas and Secretary Charitha Herath only. It is said that those 10 will ally with the SJB, which has also been promised support by 6 other independents as well. Dullas is of the firm belief that not just the SJB, but the JVP too should be brought together to defeat the government. Anyway, there is also talk that a few of them will join with the Lanka faction. On his promise that they will leave Ranil and Rajapaksas at the parliamentary election. That means a Dullas faction no longer exists in parliament. That's it for today.